Boys, be sure and get up in there, like and subscribe. A lot of you guys have been asking for it. Pitster Pro 190 time, dude. So I'm going to get you all a nice review, show you what's up with it. I had a couple complications. You can see them in here. You can see them on our channel, Red River Motorcycle Trails. I had a little trouble. And in a video the other day, I'll show you a couple clips. And then we got some riding yesterday. The GoPro footage wasn't that great, but we did get some good riding footage of it. Gonna give you guys a full-blown review, so I appreciate it. Guys, be sure and like and subscribe. If you're on Patreon, you could have seen it early. In there, and you can watch the video of me unboxing it too, and we gave it hell that day right out the box. So this is a pretty good video. You should check it out. It's on the channel. This is a 2021 Pitster Pro 190. I know you dudes wanted a review, so we're gonna get up in there, man. Bought it new, pulled it out the box.
Wasn't even running out the box.
Yeah,
had to start the motherfucker.
Had to fix it, had to put it together. That ain't no big deal. There's a little hiccup putting the front wheel on. I don't know if that's by design, but David took him a little while to put that front wheel on. He had to take the brake caliper off, take some other stuff apart.
Carb.
Let me just say, any issues I've had with the bike, Pitster Pro helped me address immediately. We broke it in, we gave it hell. We gave it some good hell, some good pulls. I'll show you some videos. Took it to Red River. I was on top of the sand when the stator gave out, I'll put it to you that way. I was revving on it pretty good. Also in a video on our channel. She lost complete spark.
Oh shit.
Contacted Pitster, they sent me a CDI and a coil. For something else. And then I called them back, but
not for Pitster Pro. It was.
But I was bummed out because I'm used to having that stuff. So that day when I spoke to him, I ordered a couple more like this and a couple of the 6-pin CDIs. Put a 6-pin CDI on it, didn't work. Put a new coil on it, didn't work. They sent a nice box to me with everything in it. All the right stuff too. And these guys were, you know, they were patient. They thought I was a bit of a dummy and I didn't know how to wire something, I do believe. But they came around. Yeah. And they sent me a box within a day, within like a good short amount of time, with a new stator, magneto, CDI, and the proper coil. We put the coil in the CDI on, that didn't work. It ended up being the stator. I can't really identify what's wrong with it. The only thing that I could say that could have burnt this stator up maybe was where the coil mounts on the frame. When we got everything off, it was awful loose, boys. And I guess if that coil was rattling and coming grounded and everything, sent it. I'm always sending my big red, dude.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Yeah, so basically, maybe that coil did it. Me and Blake kind of went through the wiring harness and loomed it all together and tried to make it a little more waterproof. Then me and my son got it. We got it sparking again. Me and Blake rode it, what, 12 minutes?
Yeah.
On the video?
Something like that.
Then I parked it, everything's fine. Next day, me and Parker go out in my woods. It just dumps these oil lines, this bottom one, and dumps my whole oil cooler. This pressed fitting just came off and dumped my whole oil cooler. The first time I've had this bike in my woods. So we just topped her up with oil.
Those right there.
Guys, it's a 5-speed manual clutch, disc brakes. As far as pit bikes go, good suspension. The only mods I've done, wrap that pipe. I'm finna mod my shorts though, because it's still gonna melt them here in a minute. I've heard of people messing with the sprockets because they want more top speed. I'm a big guy, I like the torque, so I don't need top speed. I like shifting too, so I don't mind it being low gear.
No sense in hitting a jump at 65 miles an hour neither.
Yeah, it sounds good. I've heard you shouldn't kickstart them. Or you're gonna have bad time. Why would you anyways?
Yeah.
Out of the box, started up easy, no carburetor tuning needed. I have my signature blend, Reefer Madness in the fuel, just some fuel fragrance, just to give y'all can imagine.
Yeah, it's cam. sounded good. Wow. Well, maybe we will get to ride it.
This review, bro, it's smoking out the air filter like a bitch right now. Come look.
I saw it smoking.
The air filter's pouring smoke, my dog.
Nice. Token.
Look.
What's up, dog? What's up, dude?
It's 1 down, 4 up, traditional 4-slope style.
It smells so good, dude. It smells like cologne or something.
It does, yeah. On a cheap date.
Yeah, very cheap.
I don't know why Blake's dates are wearing cologne.
Yeah.
Her cologne, his cologne on her.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. That's pretty good with me. I mean, like I said, as far as pit bikes go, $3,200, $3,300 delivered to you in the U.S. The guys were really helpful when it came to running. But why it quit running, I don't know. You know, we got a couple Yamahas that have been having sparks since '88. So.
Yep. And they done got wet.
Strike 1 and 2 on it. Lost spark, blew an oil line. If I wasn't paying attention, I was riding that thing with the blown oil line. She just blew up. One of y'all would have blew it up. Blake would have blew it up. Yeah.
That's the only reason it needs a top end is because we ran it like that for a whole gallon.
Look at this snap riding that shit right here, boys. You know what I mean?
Ghost ride the whip.
Show up with her like this, like.
Yeah, ghost ride like this. This is my.
Don't even need a bitch.
This is my date.
Yeah. And she gets like cute.
Damn.
Yeah, she be blinding people.
She
blinds them.
Bright like a diamond.
She blinds them. I don't even have to hurry.
Hell
I just
yeah.
come over like get behind them.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, whoops.
What did she do? You get to talk about the cool factor.
It's got bigger tires. No, there's that.
That's a fact.
This has got some. I will say the LEDs on this. I like the brackets and the headlights on it. The whole design of the bike is pretty cool. One thing I will just say I don't like is the seat handle. Like it's you can feel it's like you're not grabbing frame. Like it feels like it just wants to pull the plastic off.
Gotcha. What about the thin seat?
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of people complain about
I
that.
don't want to complain about it yet because I did ride it and it didn't hurt that bad yet.
And it grips, and the bike has a lot of suspension.
But from the looks of it, it looked like I thought it was like cheap seat, but there's just not much room for a pad. But we'll see.
So I've seen people cut the cover, put more foam in there, and then put one of like the generic pit bike, the bigger wraps on it.
Yeah.
Just to give them a little more.
But they're also probably pussies. So.
Yeah, I know. Plus, they had to fish the bike out of their ass.
I had to put some Dr. Scholl's in here.
For my wet booty.
Down on the machine.
For my muddy ass. So, 4-stroke, obviously.
Dude, yeah. Obviously, it's a 4-stroke.
Don't touch that.
Yeah.
Put your lips
is it hot?
on. Yeah.
Oh.
Ready to try
it? It's got a jack shaft. I mean, like, what pit bike have you ever seen has a jack shaft?
That's usually a mini bike thing, huh?
Yeah.
It's because of that huge back tire.
I like this 190. I like the torque it's got.
The rip of it all.
I'm ready to. I think it's gonna do about. I think it'll top out about 45 miles an hour.
Oh, you were saying something else earlier.
47.
Yeah, 47, 45. I'm thinking 40. I was thinking 45. But I'll say 44. I'll go 44.
Cool. I'll go 47.
Cool. And also we're gonna drag race it versus the Blaster. I would show y'all it next to my BW80, but that's not a good accurate representation because mine's modded and lifted and friggin' balling. This is a stock BW80. Tires, the front tire is almost the same size. The back tire on the big wheel is a lot fatter. A little taller and fatter. A little gnarlier all around. Obviously, that has a lot more suspension, a lot more power, guys. Like this, the power on this is not in question at all. Plenty of, wouldn't you agree? Plenty of power.
Oh yeah.
So as far as that, the power to weight goes, that's no problem. Well, guys, if you're on Patreon, you're getting to see this early. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking for that. So
if you're on Patreon,
Blake don't even know what happens in there. Blake's like,
that's
VIP. He ain't been up in the VIP room in a minute. Yeah.
I didn't get to see it.
Damn, dude. So I don't know why they're sanding that. We haven't even really ever been to the sand.
Nope.
Nope.
That's just, that came.
And the smoke's just where the oil spilt out the other day, and I was scared to wash it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want her to lose spark.
Yep.
So we're gonna do a legit video, and next month is safety month for us. So guys, put on just wear your helmet.
Yep.
Wear your helmet.
Yes.
Blake don't want to. Wear somebody else's helmet if your mullet's that funky where you don't want to put your own on.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for not wanting to wear his own helmet.
Yeah.
Always trying to wear mine. That suspension's pretty good, dude. Always locking the brake up. Bow, 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 bow.
That doesn't even sound like a dirt bike when it
Look a 30-footer. Oh, I know. It does sometimes, though, boy.
Yeah.
You'll get to hearing it. Slide, slide, slide. Nice. Took it. We'll try and drag race it versus a blaster in the dirt. You guys can see it can be ridden. Y'all can ride it. Like riding it's fine as long as stuff doesn't come apart.
Oh yeah, it's fun. Like it's quick. Got a lot of power. I mean, like it handles good too.
It does, dude.
It's not donuts, but every time I say that,
Yeah,
it falls apart.
Try second gear, whole shot. Whenever you're ready.
Neutral right when I was crossing the creek, and I stopped
like it died
in the water. I was like, oh cool.
Dudes, here's the deal. We did a drag race just a minute ago, and it was pretty good between it and the blaster, so we're gonna have to wait for Teresa to go and get y'all some videos.
It was so close to that he almost won.
We do have a video of it on his GoPro, so we'll see about that. Definitely be able to hear me stick it in neutral. Your shit was loud, bro, but your traction, you're just spinning that tire.
Dude, when I started in second earlier, it was like just so
Wow.
swirly.
All right, so here's a couple little woods hits for you. We'll show y'all some trails. So we haven't had any issues today yet so far. So I knocked on this wood. Don't kick it now. That'll blow the whole... Oh, nice. Poison ivy. All over my grip. Now I might as well be on my dick.
Oh, sweet.
Triple. Oh, yeah, wait. Oh, now my nose. My eyes. What have I continued to do? He knew those whoops were Oh, yeah. Any mitts you want to put away? What about shifting this? I've heard people... Remember I first got it, it's hard to shift.
This?
A little bit.
It is a little hard to shift with Nike running shoes on.
Just because it feels a little tight, right?
There's
Not that
no
you're missing
padding.
gears or it won't shift. It's just a harder click.
Yeah. But
Gotta break it in.
It's not too bad.
Now, I have received a couple taint uppercuts when I bought him the suspension out. That seat, there ain't no give.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then he can't shift it. Now he can't shift it all of a sudden. I say that and then he can't shift it all of a sudden. I see why it won't shift, bro. I see why it won't shift. Because the spring in this is clapped out, and every time you go to shift it, it's like this.
Yeah, I feel it like right here, bro. Dude, and I'm like trying to like slap it too. I got boots on.
Oh my god.
I love how I was talking about how it's not that hard to shift, and then like, now it's like been like there's nothing but a problem. But I'm sure my whole foot's cut up right now.
freeze. It'll shift into neutral, no problem. We should just give it an idle test for like an hour, bro.
Yeah.
I'll handle this, boys. I'll handle the call-outs. Hey, bro. Got something to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm calling you out on the Blaster drag race.
Let's do it.
Dirt first.
Yeah. Dirt.
Dirt first.
Dirt first.
Dirt first. You suck, dude. What? My pipe smoking, boys. What is that, oil? Yeah, it's pissing oil now. What the f is the deal now? Where's all this oil coming out? Oh, it's loose right there. That's all we got. Oh, shit. The whole thing done popped off. Off of that fitting. Kill that real quick. Turn it off. What do you think? Blasters, do we have to work on it that much? Look at this, son. Brand new bike. Just drive it out here. Look at oil all over the engine leaking out. Look at the line popped off of this clamp, this pressed fitting. You see that? This pressed fitting just came off and dumped my whole oil cooler. The first time I've had this bike in my woods, thank God it's my woods, and we're not on some trails.
Like Red River.
Yeah, and it's just pissing oil everywhere.
No, that was out Lake Mary.
No, this is Red River where it crapped the bed on me.
Yeah,
I took the big wheel. Took the Yamaha 2-stroke,
yeah.
Dunked it in a mud hole, pulled it out. What happened? Fired it back up and ran. Rode it all day.
Literally went in the mud hole, covered almost everything other than the seat above.
Everything was covered in mud, and it still ran. And now this thing's just tinkling oil everywhere, dudes. What are you noticing, Sport?
Wall.
Little Earl? See, I had to stick my finger in it to confirm, but you could just tell from a distance.
Yeah.
Look like I parked my Cummins in here.
Yeah.
Or my reckless Chevy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that may just be because we overfilled it earlier.
This sucker passed. It didn't get 3 strikes yet. It did good. I rode it as hard as I possibly could for sort of with tennis shoes. But man, it's a beast. I like it. I think that it handles great.
So that it's more 1 out of 10 or a 1 out of 5?
1 out of 10.
We doing like stars, or are we awarding it Bud Lights, or like cones, or 10 cones? You give it 10 cones?
I'll give it 10. I'll give it 9 out of 10 cones, and that's just because it's had a couple of problems.
Out of 10, what do you give that thing?
Dude, I'm for sure. I'm gonna say
First review. Let's just say that this is the first time we've used this system. So
I'm
don't think that it's against any other bike if he gives it a high score.
gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
So you've ridden a pretty new CRF 110.
Yeah.
Give it a quick out of 10 rating.
CRF 110.
Yeah.
I'd do about a 7. 7 out of 10.
Which one of these two?
Yeah.
Which one of these two are you gonna have to change right when you get it? Would you just send us
CRF?
away? Exactly, dude. What
Yeah.
all would you have to do? Bars,
CRF,
seat,
drop a new motor in it. Put a whole new.
big
Get
bore,
rid of the frame.
exhaust.
Get rid of everything, and then buy this.
There you go, guys. I don't even want to give it a score out of 10 because I feel like it wouldn't be fair without riding some other bikes. But having ridden KLX 110Ls, other pit bikes, it's the uniqueness factor and the power to weight and the suspension and the ride. It's probably the best. I'd say it's one of the best pit bikes you can buy. So that's just me talking. It's $3,200. A KLX is going to be $4,000, and you're going to start modding immediately, putting a damn exhaust on it, putting pegs on it, putting a skid plate on it, putting daggum, putting carb or jet in there. If they're fuel or KLXs are carbureted, jets in them, air filter, air box deletes. You're freaking changing the sprockets on them. Then you're putting forks on them, and you're putting a rear shock on them or a different swing arm. You could just take this out of the box and rip the shit out of it. And when it did mess up on me, and Pitster Pro was a good company because they took care of me and sent me the parts. So, I would hope that next time I take this out, I'm not going to have any issues, but we'll see. That being said, they worked with me on it. So, anything you buy that you're going to ride the way that we ride, you better be able to work on something. Like, you're going to have bumps along the way. So, I'm not worried about something that ruins my day as long as it's not catastrophic and permanent. Like, we got it fixed, and there's some bumps you got to go. If you want to be on the cutting front edge of stuff, like, there ain't a lot of stuff like this available. So sometimes you got to deal with the kinks. I'm not going to wait till 2024 when they have this thing perfected or nothing. I'm just going to enjoy it now, and then I can work on it if I need to. I've seen people do mods to them. I think it's perfectly geared the way it is. The top speed was 47 miles an hour with Blake on it. Downhill. Now, he didn't just hold the sumbitch open and the rev limiter and try and gain speed. He literally revved it out, and then that was it. And it's 47 miles an hour. Probably could have cut a couple more out of it, but I don't know. I like it a lot. So, I think I spent my money well. What's the question?
Would you recommend it to someone who doesn't really know how to fix a bike?
If this was my only bike, this wouldn't be my only bike. If this is all, pit bikes shouldn't be your only bike. If they're all your only bike, dude, y'all could get like 3 or 4 used KLXs and CRFs and stuff instead of this, and learn to work on stuff. Yeah. If this was my only bike, I would not be that stoked. I would be stoked with the way it performs, but I also be concerned because of what I know. So this is just another bike, something for me to ride and have fun on, and it's not that serious, dudes. It's a pleasure. And it's a luxury, and I don't have expectations like they need to warranty or nothing, but they sent me the parts for free. And to be honest, it happened within a week. And if it would have happened to a lot of other people, I never had a crossword with them. They sent me parts for free. They sent me the wrong parts at first, but they sent me other parts for sure, for free, again, quickly, and fixed the issue. So I think Pitster Pro as a company is a good company. They're trying to give y'all what you want. They're making this type of design for you guys and the people asking for it. They're not just doing it because that they got this extra shit laying around. Like, literally, people wanted something like this, and I think they delivered really well. Like, it's a lot more powerful than the BW80. It's a lot more off-road capable. Would I say it's better on trails? No. I think it needs to have some wind on it, and it needs to be opened up, and you know, you gotta let the RPMs down every now and then. But that being said, it's a really fun bike. It's like a 250F or a 150, like a CRF. I can kind of rate it next to a CRF 150R. So that kind of power. A lot of power from that little engine. Just blows that back tire off. I've had it for about 3 weeks now. Time will really tell. That's what I said last time. But anything you get, it's going to be on you to maintain. I can live with the fact that it did those little things to me. Like I said, hopefully next time I take it out, that I don't have any issues like that. I won't have the same issues, I wouldn't think. Hopefully it's not just more and more stuff popping up. So I think I'm happy with my purchase. $3,200 delivered to my house. I'm stoked with that. A lot of people telling me I got ripped off. How are you going to tell me if I got ripped off if I'm happy with the purchase? You can't tell me that. I'm happy with it. I think a lot of people that like riding the type of stuff that we like to ride, the unique stuff, you know what I mean? The stuff like that, I think that you would really enjoy it. And it's a cool pit bike. It's fast, and it'll hang in there. Like, it'll rip. Got you a bunch of videos for it. So you guys be sure and like and subscribe. Get up in there. You could have seen this early on Patreon. But I appreciate you guys anyways. Be sure and like and subscribe. And lots more footage coming. A lot of you guys asked for a review of this. So I was trying to be gentle. Because like I said, Pitster Pro helped me out with whatever I needed. It's some of the stuff that's happening on here is just a fluke, man. And you gotta, it comes along with the dirt bike world. Like, look, I blew this YZ up. Yamaha, just riding it the other day, racing the Banshee. I'm not gonna just quit riding Yamahas. So when stuff happens, shit happens. We just rebuilt this one yesterday because there's a big old hole in the piston. Whatever happened. When I got Teresa's bike that I built, it was a total pile of shit. Rust bucket. So I think if you're riding pit bikes, you better be ready to work on some pit bikes. Or be ready to spend a bunch of money for somebody else to do it for you, which is even worse. Waiting on somebody else when you could be getting stuff done. So get up in there, boys. Not giving it any breaks. I'm not going splashing through big puddles. And I might make jokes about it in this video. But the honest to God truth is I'm happy with my purchase. If this was my only motorcycle and this was my first motorcycle, I'd probably be blown away by it. Then again, if it had problems, I'd probably be devastated. So some of you guys don't get it from my perspective. Because if this thing goes down for 2 weeks, it's really not a big deal to me. To a lot of you guys, if it was your only bike and it didn't run, then it would be a big deal. So you got to figure out what you want. If you want something that's going to be reliable and, you know, cookie cutter and the same as everybody else, then get you Kawasaki 110 or a Honda 110 or one of those. You should be good with it. Or 125. But you're not going to take this anywhere where people aren't just like, what is that? What is that? That's why I like it. That's why I like all, look at, people ask me all the time, what? It's the biggest three-wheel I've ever seen in my life. Or they see a Zillow like that or a Pilot and they just don't know. They're like speechless. Nobody's fucking speechless when they see a CRF 110. Put it to you that way. Nobody's speechless when they see a KLX 110. Sometimes people may walk up on this bike and literally just fall in love with it immediately just because it's so unique and awesome. But you don't do that when you go into a dealership and there's 12 fucking KLX 110s all lined up next to each other and they're all the same. Ooh, I want a 110 just like my buddies. That's not really my style. Matter of fact, if my buddy had a KLX 110, I'd probably get something different just because I'm not one. People ask me all the time, well, I don't have a mullet. Well, I'm a copy Blake. Like, I'm not the type of person to bite on somebody's style. This is what I like. I'm unique. This bike's unique. I like it a lot. So you guys just got to make your own decision if you, whatever you want. But I hope this helps.